Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. It's nice to be with you again. Today, I was looked at, glanced at the news, and there is a piece from the business news, where it says that the chief executive officers of the large companies, they really are confused now. They don't know how to get their employees back to work. So, for example, the large company like PricewaterhouseCoopers, which is an accounting firm. Anyone heard of it? Yes? Okay. And they're a multinational company, international company. The CEO, Chief Executive Officer, basically decided that their 40,000 people workforce are allowed to work remotely. They don't have to come to the office at all, so they can work from anywhere. So for a matter of fact, you feel like sailing around the world, and as long as you have your internet connection, you can be sailing and making a salary as well. So I thought, wow, I should remind all of you of that. You should take advantage of this opportunity. And not only PricewaterhouseCoopers, but also large companies like Google, Facebook, Microsoft, and those big companies. They can't. They are delaying their workforce coming back to the office as well because they're afraid of the COVID-19. You force employees, they will quit because their employees do not wish to risk their lives going to the office and get infected. So you see, I was intrigued by that because the best minds in the business world, the scientists, the medical professionals, they still can't figure out how to deal with COVID-19 here. Whereas you have. Okay? If, I remind you, if you train yourself 1 hour a day, every day, and you attend our classes, okay, like for example, this class, in particular this class, for example, or you have other options as well. There is no way that the COVID-19 can harm you. At best, you have some sort of flu symptoms, but you recover from meditating every day and from attending this class. Okay? So in a very small way, you are contributing to your health and your families as well. Because if you're healthy, then you can also indirectly help your family members, your friends, fight the virus as well. Okay? So it's amazing to me how this insignificant virus, this is very weak virus, can manage to confuse the entire world. Wait until you have a pandemic that's created by a much more serious virus. You're going to have problems, serious problems. Okay? So now is the time for all of us to train ourselves and meditate. Okay? It's that simple. Meditate every day. That's the solution for this COVID-19 here. Okay? And get help once a week. That's the recipe. Okay? I'm proud to tell you, those of you who have been doing this for the last 2 years, okay, none of you have been hospitalized, none of you have died, okay? And it costs nothing at all, okay? And I wish one of these wise businessmen, business leaders would take a chance and work with us. We'll be glad to go and teach their companies, their employees meditation, and so that they reduce the fears of death. Because typically, many newcomers who come to our temple, our places, they first wear masks, and after a while, they drop the mask. They feel emboldened, they feel confident that they are safe. Okay? So I wish these companies need to think out of the box and consider meditation not only for safeguarding or promoting the health of their employees, but also increase their productivity. Okay? Many of you, for example, I realize have been improving, have been sitting longer and longer, and this process here is tremendously beneficial for you. It makes you healthier. It makes you slow down your aging process. Actually, if you improve, you will live longer. You will look younger. This is a fountain of youth, folks. Okay? So take advantage of it. It's within your reach. Any of us can do it. It's not uncommon for you to see the Chan people, especially Chan teachers, Chan instructors. They should look younger and younger and younger. They should hardly age at all, because that's a sign they're improving. They're doing the right things. We can't help it. Our body ages, we get older, we get sick, and that's it. That's the nature of life. But if you practice Chan meditation and the way we teach you, and you, with the purpose of improving yourself, you will get healthier. You will live longer. You will be wiser, and you'll, last but not least of all, look younger. Okay? I know many of you are vain, so I thought I might throw that at you. Okay? All right. Any questions or comments? We have a question from an email from Venerable Xienan. Are they online? They are. Okay, I see them there on the screen. Okay, but they don't have a microphone. Okay. This is called, in the future, leave out the names for people's privacy. Will you please? Do not quote names. I mean, don't, for the people's, out of respect for the privacy, okay, remove the names, please. Okay? All right, so there's a question from, is it North Korea? No? Excuse me, I got confused. Is that the one that doesn't have nuclear rockets? Or the one that has nuclear rockets? Never mind, okay. No. Okay, this is from, oh no, I told you to remove the name, you still keep the name there. So sorry. Is it okay? Okay, well, Juyun Lee is her name. First, I'm sorry for asking you this seemingly very irrelevant question. Hey, English is pretty good. Have we modified her English, or is this the original? Oh. But I'm asking because this is about which spiritual teacher I should follow after I visited the Bundang Meditation Center and read your book. In fact, I have been looking for a spiritual teacher in the physical plane, and I'm very confused between this esoteric Christian spiritual teacher's teachings and the Chan teaching. Continue, please. Is it possible for you to ask Buddhas whether this man named Peter Dunoff was a true teacher? I made a secret vow to publish his book into Korean by heart, but I didn't because I could not discern his authenticity. One very renowned Korean pastime reader told me it is my spiritual duty to publish his work and let him known among Koreans, saying his spirit is urging me to do so. So he's dead already, huh? Okay. She didn't know him at all before I asked her about him. My heart is filled with doubts and confusion. Aren't we all filled with doubt and confusion? You asked the wrong person. Will you please help? You said your deceased master gives you messages, so I thought you can tell me which path I should walk by. Just walk by just looking at his photo. Okay, so this is Peter. Are you sure that the spelling is correct? Dunoff? It is. Okay. Does anyone of you out there know of this guru, this Christian teacher? No? No one knows? Oh, this is a European thing and Korean thing? He doesn't have a chance in Korea at all, in U.S. at all, huh? Okay. So look at him. Wait a minute. Jesus Christ. I didn't ask for Jesus Christ. So look at Peter Dunoff. That's it? Only one photo? Last slide has Wikipedia. Let's see. And no photos? How am I supposed to know if you only give me one photo? Is this Photoshop photo or not? Okay. Go ahead, say something. Couldn't hear you. 6.
That was the photo she linked in an email when she asked you the question.
Okay. First of all, my first reaction when I looked at his photo is he reminds me of someone. Okay. Don't you think? Huh? Look at him. You see the similarity? Could this be an incarnation of sweet Jesus? What do you think? No? Anyone? It just seems like after the Chan sit, everyone is still in samadhi. No one's moving. No one's reacting. Okay? Yeah. Okay? Of course, it's unfair because this is only a representation of Jesus. But you can recognize this type of image from Jesus, right? And this is what I saw. I consistently saw this is kind of drawings or representation of Jesus out there, okay? Whether it's in our church or other churches or online information. Okay, but this is what these people remember Jesus as. Okay, I tend to believe these representations are actually pretty authentic, pretty close to the thing. Okay, so look at this gentleman. Okay, he's first of all, I think he's pretty handsome. Okay, and he does look like Jesus to me. Okay, so he must be authentic. How is that? Does it help? Sienna, what do you think?
Hello.
Okay. Go ahead. Speak.
1 second, please.
We seem to have these echo problems. Huh? The count is
Hello?
not right. Okay, go ahead.
First of all, the person who asked question is right here.
Hello, Master.
지금 보고 있어요, 선생님.
Hello.
여보세요? 지금 법문 들어가서 보고 있어요.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. Hello, Master. Thank you for
목소리 좋으시네.
answering my questions. But okay, I now understand you think he is authentic teacher. And what about the past life readers or comments about my
영어는 안 보이고 그냥 내가 지금 탭으로 보는 거라.
Is it reliable?
노트북으로 봐야겠다.
Because
노트북으로 봐야 되겠어.
I made a secret promise, and I feel very guilty about not fulfilling my promise. So,
Okay. But okay, that's fine. But Sienna, what do you think? I'm just curious to what Sienna is thinking here. The Koreans, what do they think?
With the photo? That photo? 뭐라지 기억 갑자기 안 나는데.
Have you been meditating?
Me?
No?
Not much.
No problem with COVID-19?
No, not yet.
You don't meditate, you have no problem with COVID-19?
Maybe I meditated. I don't
Do you hide in the temple and you don't go out at all? Is that why you don't get sick? I mean, when you go out, chances are that you're going to get infected. Just like.
Okay.
So, you don't meditate, but you don't get sick. Okay, so what do you think of this spiritual teacher that our visitor is impressed with? Well, semi-impressed, because she seems to be impressed, but she has reservations.
I don't feel any strong impression from the photo.
You don't have a strong impression?
Not much.
Okay,
Sorry,
anyone disagree with Sienna and have a strong impression of the photo? Francis, are you impressed? Francis says he looks like a rider to her. Yes, yes, number 2.
Master, he looks like a Michael Douglas.
Michael, that too. Pretty sure it's one of Sarah's favorite actors. Okay. Well, I did look at the Google thing, and I saw a bunch of his images. So I saw more than this photo here. Okay, at the risk of saying something that might offend people, typically I don't answer these types of questions. I don't make comments about all the teachers. Could you go back to the email, please? Okay. But the problem is that a lot of people out there are confused about the spiritual things, aspects of life. It's because there's so many spiritual teachers, okay? And they cannot tell one from the other, okay? So it's understandable. I feel for them because I'm impressed that eventually those of you will have to turn to spiritual aspects of life, okay? Because the intellectual part, the physical part, emotional part is not enough, okay? There's still something missing unless you turn to spirituality. So that's why since there's civilization, there's always been spiritual teachers, whether it's Muhammad, Jesus, and so forth, okay? So it's part of our civilization. It's part of because we human beings need to turn to spirituality for answers to our questions in life, all right? As you get older, you see that there are a lot of questions that have been accruing. They don't get answered. And the more you look, it doesn't help. You're not looking for, you cannot find answers. And sometimes when people turn to spiritual teachers, they found some of the answers. So that's why people turn to spirituality. The spiritual aspect of life give you peace of mind that you cannot have from other things. You may be bright, you may be smart, you may be very successful, but you cannot find peace of mind unless you turn to spirituality. Am I wrong? You agree with me or not? Okay? That's why at some point in during the day, we strongly encourage you to meditate. Okay? So you turn back to your spiritual self so that you can calm down. Okay? And you restore balance to your life. All right? This is what we Buddhists do. We meditate in order to go back to our spiritual life, our spiritual self. Okay? Which we ignore, which worldly people neglect. And they pay a very heavy price for it. I just talked to you about those CEOs, those successful people. Those are our leaders. And yet they don't know how to solve a simple question like a COVID-19. Okay? They send billions and trillions of dollars. They're not getting anywhere. They're not really finding a solution for it. They only came up with Band-Aids. Okay? And they're ill-prepared for the worst pandemics, okay? So it's something we should all be worried about, okay? It's because people eventually have to be faced with the fact that we need spirituality in our lives, okay? And Chan is one of the most important way to fine-tune your spiritual self. All right? So it's not surprising that many people, more and more people, especially when you get older, when you have some heartaches, serious heartaches, okay, you will look to your spiritual aspects. Your spiritual needs are overwhelming for you. Okay? So this lady here visited the Conch Meditation Center and looking for spiritual teacher, okay, and confused about this Christian spiritual teacher and the Chan teaching. So he's Christian, huh? Okay, very good. Is she Catholic or Christian? Do we know? Chu Yun Lee, is she Christian or Catholic?
Hello?
Yes.
Sorry, it's echoing. She is Catholic.
She's Catholic. But what is she doing with a Christian spiritual teacher? Isn't there some kind of competition between Christian and Catholic? It's okay, and the sound, they have a problem over there. Text us or give a sign language or something.
Hello again. Okay, hold on. Here. Chuyan.
Hi.
Yes.
Actually, there's the competition between Catholicism and Christianity, but this is my private mission sort of thing, and because I found the Catholicism is very limiting in terms with the issues like reincarnation and
Past lives.
And this base, I do know the esoteric Christian teacher really taught about past lives and other universes and cosmic realities, which cannot be adequately
Explained.
explained in Catholicism at all. We are not allowed to believe or be questioning such aspects.
I see.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, understood. Thank you. Thank you for sharing with that. I'm learning too, so please forgive my curiosity. I don't know much about Christianity nor Catholicism. Only what I know is taught to me by a certain boy named Daniel, which I discount 80% of what he says anyway. Okay, so it's go back to the email thing there, please. So that's exactly what happens. You cannot confine people. People have needs, and there's no point in trying to confine people's thinking to whatever you want them to believe. Okay, and this is a Catholic lady, but she has some questions, and she's looking for answers, wherever it comes from, and she turned to this esoteric Christian spiritual teachers, okay, because he talks about the things she was interested in knowing, okay, but being North Korean, she's always skeptical. She said, "Is it a true teacher? Is what he's saying is for real?" Okay, right? South Koreans are a lot more gullible, from what I understand. Yes? Okay. So she made a secret vow to publish his book, but have some reservations. And then typical as well of many of you, I have met many of you who asked me about do readings for them as well. Past lives and futures and so forth. And so she went and consulted with a renowned, what do you call it in the U.S., such people? What do you call them? Fortune teller, that's for the future, yes? And the past is what we call them. What? What happened to Master Xianjie? What do you call people here in this country? Fortune tellers, medium? Huh?
알아요. 미국에 그냥 다 싸잡아서 꼴찌하려고.
People who tell you about the
I'm
Caucasian.
not so sure.
They don't look to. They're not curious about the past lives.
Yeah, medium maybe. Maybe medium.
Medium, medium. Yeah, that's correct. The crystal ball where they read, what happened in the past. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So she went to consult with a medium. Thank you. And the medium told her that it's her duty to publish his work and spread. And then it's and that his spirit actually urging her to do it. That's why she felt the urge. Okay, so he's dead already, huh? Okay. So anyway, so he asked, and she has doubts and confusion. That's typical. Okay, this is typical of many people who are seeking. You believe, but then you're not sure you're doing the right thing. And somehow someone told her that my dead master talks to me. No, he doesn't have time to talk to me, so don't believe that. Okay? He says he's too busy to waste time on me. Okay? And so, yes, he talked to me a few times. That's about it. After he died, that is. Todd, you can tell me, Pastor, what we're looking at his photo. Okay. Okay. Now that you have plenty of time to look at this photo, would anyone be willing to tell me his or her impression of him? There's one thing that stands out. Besides, he looks like Michael Douglas or Jesus. Okay? Anyone has any input? I'm curious about you. Okay? What do you read from this guy? Huh? Anyone? Okay, let me throw this at you. When I look at him, first impression is impressive. He has this aura, yes? This presence. Agree or disagree? And many of you are not impressed, I understand that, but he exudes his aura of self-confidence, yes? And that's the image he's projecting. However, behind the image he's projecting, what's it? I'm teaching you how to read people, how to look at photos, okay? Behind this aura, image he's projecting, what is it? What is the core of this aura? Can I try this at you? Okay? How about anger? He has anger built in. He has a lot of anger. If he does not have his way, he will probably lose his temper, like I do. Because it takes one to recognize one. Okay? I can tell because I'm a very angry person too. Okay? If he does not get his way, he will get angry. Anyone, please disagree with me so that we can talk this over and still remain friends. Xiaoqing, you agree or disagree?
Master, I agree.
Took her 5 minutes. 5 minutes to think about it. Let me think about it. I agree. Very original. Okay. So I'm teaching you. Okay. This I look at people differently. This person here, okay, has this persona. But however, I don't look at the persona. I look at the core of the person. And this core person still has a lot of anger, meaning that he must have his way in particular because he's famous, he's powerful, and therefore he's used to getting his way. Okay? And when he doesn't get his way, he gets angry. Number one. Okay? Number two. Okay? I discourage all of you to go and see medium or fortune tellers. Maybe fortune tellers, but not medium. Okay? All right. Why is that? Fortune tellers are good because if they write, we could strike it rich. Okay? Or become successful. So we have to give them credit for that. You never know. It's like buying a lottery ticket. Yes? You have to buy a lottery ticket before you have a chance to get rich. Okay? So I'm for fortune tellers in general. But I'm not for mediums. Okay? It's because this really have nothing to do with the past, okay? Don't worry so much about the past because my main concern for you is that this lady here is looking for a spiritual teacher, meaning she's looking for a person who has wisdom. Yes? Okay. There's a Buddhist wisdom where the low-level people cannot recognize the high-level people. Okay? That's a Chinese wisdom I learned from a Chinese teacher. He says that if your level, your samadhi level, is lower, you cannot recognize someone higher than you. Okay? It's like someone who's dumb cannot recognize someone who's smarter because the smarter person can disguise himself. The dumb person cannot tell the difference. Okay? So what happened is that mediums on such people, okay, they don't have wisdom because if they do, they would not be doing medium work. They would not be doing fortune telling at all. Okay, because it's not a good thing to do. Okay, you're revealing the secrets of the universe, and when you don't know, because of the pressure from the client who's paying you, you end up saying things that are nonsense. Okay. So, but in general, if you're looking for, and this is not the first time, many people I have a loser disciple who went to listen to some kind of medium to ask that medium about me, okay? And so it's the same thing, similar thing. You people out there go to these well-known, readers, medium tarot readers, fortune tellers, and so forth. Okay, and asking about other people, it's not very productive because these people really have no wisdom. They cannot recognize wisdom. Remember, people with wisdom would never do this type of work. Okay? Wise people don't do this. Okay? The wise people don't make money off their ability to see from the past or look into the future. Okay? If you have wisdom, you would not do that. Okay, so why would you look for these people? And if you want to have fun and curious about your neighbors, I have no problems. But you're looking for answers for yourself. You will not. It's the wrong place to go. Okay, so I discourage you to go see these mediums and to see these such people for answers. Okay, they don't know what they're talking about, and they are most likely to mislead you. Okay, again, the principle in Buddhism is that wise people would not be doing this. People who have real wisdom would not touch this kind of work. Number one. Number two, even if they have some knowledge, they can see certain things from the past, from the future, and so forth. Okay, they cannot recognize people because of the different levels. Okay, low levels people cannot recognize higher level people. Period. Okay, so if this gentleman is enlightened or has wisdom, certainly the medium would not be able to recognize that person. Okay, so you should not take the medium's words seriously at all. Okay, so ignore that. Okay, he said, and that's why the medium gave her nonsense. He says his spirit is urging her to do it. It's nonsense. Okay, it's about what is her hope. Her hope, it seems to me, is to try to make this his wisdom, Mr. What's his name again? Mr. Dunoff, wisdom available to the Koreans. So let's talk about that. So far, so good? Talk about that. Okay. If he is a sage, absolutely, go for it. Okay? Because if you're able to translate sagely teachings into your own language, okay, it is tremendously beneficial for the country. Yes? Okay. So, however, if you translate garbage or nonsense teachings, okay, you simply are adding to the confusion. Okay, so that's why the instincts are pretty good. You say, I'd like to. Someone tells me you have this urge to do it, but I don't know if it's the right thing to do or not. Okay, so this lady here, although she's Catholic or Christian or so forth, but she has her own mind. Okay, she listens to you, but she makes her own mind. Okay, now I feel that I will share with her the Buddhist wisdom. If you still have anger, okay, you have no wisdom. You cannot overcome your anger. You cannot be trusted. So, my take is that this gentleman has a lot of anger, disguised anger, that people cannot see because his persona, public persona, he cannot reveal his anger. Okay, but he's used to getting his ways, meaning that he does not get his way, he'll get very angry. Okay, he's a man of power. She has followers. Okay, as such, because of that. Okay. And any of you can see his anger now or not? Anyone? Wow, you can see it now? Okay, kudos to you. Yes, number 4.
Master, I was going to say if let's say I was driving and this guy was approaching my car, I would make sure my doors were locked.
Good Lord, you're extreme. Okay. No, he's a good man. You know, he's a teacher, but he's a spiritual teacher, so he does a lot of good. He helps a lot of people. However, for us, we look for higher level wisdom than just helping people. Of course, you can help, like you can help someone cross the street. Okay, that's helping too. Okay, but he still has too much anger to be able to guide you to the proper direction and help solve your problems. So therefore, in summary, I would not, if it were me, I would not publish his books at all. Okay, because it's not helpful. Okay, she's being Catholic. I would recommend she does something to encourage people, her Catholics, to turn to Mother Mary, for example, when they're in trouble. Pray to Mother Mary, okay, and they will get help, good help from Mother Mary, okay. That the Catholics should know, okay. Do something about that, spend money to promote that or whatever. Or they have wise people in Catholicism, like the late Pope John Paul II. Okay, he's a very wise person. Okay, most of his teachings can be followed, can be trusted. Okay, so they have wise people there already. Why would they look at this guy here? Okay, who is really don't have any real wisdom to me. Okay, in contrast, you know, they should look at. So I recommend 2 things for the Christians. If they're in trouble, they need help, pray to Mother Mary. Okay, that should be promoted. Number 2, if they're looking for some guidance on how to conduct their lives as a Catholic or plan for the Catholic future, whether it's the Pope or the cardinals or bishops, you should look to what the late John Paul II taught. And that's a very good direction they should be following. Okay? And that's extremely beneficial because John Paul II impresses me. He has wisdom. He's a good man. Okay? It's very rare for them to appear to come and help. So take advantage of it. He's real, okay? And you look at his work. All you have to do is promote his work. Look at what he did when he became a pope. He did a lot of revolutionary things, okay, to fix the problems in Catholicism. So, you know, he, for example, one thing that impressed me is that he built his own training center for the future fathers, future priests, okay? Those are his hand-chosen students, okay? Go and support those people. Promote those programs, okay? Support those programs. To me, it's very productive work. It's very beneficial work for Catholicism, okay? Don't look outside. Look to, you know, for example, Mr. Peter Dunoff. It's not a good investment of the time and of money at all. Okay? You have in your own backyard very, very impressive people like Mother Mary, like John Paul II. Okay? If you want to stick to that, go back to that and learn from those teachings. Okay? Mother Mary doesn't teach anything but learn from John Paul II. He taught a lot of good stuff. Learn from that, okay? He can be trusted. He has wisdom. From Buddhist perspective, he has Buddhist wisdom as well. Wisdom is not restricted to Buddhists alone. Although we like, most monks and nuns like you to think that. I don't think so. Buddhist wisdom is also in Catholicism, could be all over the world, okay? In Confucianism, in Taoism, and all those places, okay? We don't have exclusive rights to wisdom. Wisdom is for everyone. You meditate, you open your wisdom, doesn't matter who you are, okay? So it's an equal opportunity for all of us. We meditate and we become enlightened, and that's how we have wisdom. By the way, in Buddhism, wisdom is from being enlightened. If you're not enlightened, you don't have wisdom, okay? I'm sorry. Okay, so again, I stress to this young lady here, she's looking because she has some needs, and I encourage her to go back to her Catholic roots, Catholic really good spiritual teachers like John Paul II. He can be trusted. I would trust him, okay, and follow him, follow his teachings. And when you're in big trouble, don't pray to John Paul II. That I'm warning you. You can learn from him what he does, but you need help, pray to Mother Mary. It's much better. Okay, and it works for you Catholics as well. Just in case you happen to think of Mother Mary, pray to her. It works too, for us as well. Okay, Mother Mary does not discriminate. Whether you're Catholic or you're Buddhist, Mother Mary says, you pray to me? Really? Okay, I help you. She has a good heart. So in general, those are the two Catholic personalities I really admire, I really like. Okay? Use them. Any other questions? Does she still have any questions? Yeah?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hi. So she also has this question. When she first came.
She can speak English. How come you're speaking for her? Her English is perfect.
Okay, then go ahead.
Well,
Vajra
thank you.
Sutra 목탁하고.
And it's very funny. I came to this meditation center because although I don't understand any meaning or any word, I just feel very attracted to Dharma Sutra.
Vajra Sutra. Vajra.
Yeah.
Reciting Vajra.
And I don't have any background knowledge about Buddhism at all. But whenever I listen to the recitation of the Vajra Sutra, I feel very not exactly blissful, very liberating the Sutra. And I also really wanted to play the wooden fish. So I just came here whether I could buy some wooden fish to play at my home. I didn't know whether it is very impious thing to do for
Catholic.
a person, a lay person, especially I'm from different religion, and so I just came here to ask those questions. Those are truly irrelevant, doubly, triply. Sorry.
And additionally, she does really good job with goldfish. We're very impressed.
The Korean woodfish or the Chinese woodfish?
Our goldfish. We were very impressed about her performance.
So wait. Is she North Korean or Chinese?
She's
Sounds good.
She's a local Bundang lady.
Yeah, I'm local.
She lives right here around the corner.
Just across the street, literally.
She's been coming every day, and
is there a question at all in this mess?
Additionally, she loves to recite the Great Compassion Mantra too.
So to this point, does she consider herself to be Catholic, Christian, or Buddhist?
Is there any such notion like Christian Buddhist? Is it acceptable in your temple? Christian Buddhist.
Well, you come to the right place. We're desperate. We accept anyone. Okay, look at Sienna and you think like she's normal. She's very desperate. All right. So is it okay to be Christian Buddhist? No, it isn't. Why? Because you confuse you're both Christian and Buddhist.
因为你是在这两个之间是迷惑的。
Okay, so, but all of you, it's an interesting point she made. Okay, why did she enjoy hitting the woodfish? Okay, I don't know, and I need to warn all of you, I do not know, I cannot read the past. I do not know the past, okay? Maybe one of the reasons is that my past is very ugly. If I know your past, and I know my past as well, it's not a good thing for me to know my past. But the fact that she enjoys hitting the woodfish, I'll tell you why. We also have a person here in Wei Mountain Temple who would wait until we go to lunch. And they would hit my very expensive woodfish. Boom, boom, boom. I could hear her, okay, by herself, okay? And boys and girls, you know why she likes doing that? Does anyone know? Besides, she's a little bit, lunchtime for me is eating and enjoying food. I would not be hitting, will you not find me hitting the woodfish during lunch? Yes, number one.
Master, is it because when doing that she enters samadhi?
That's correct. Not necessarily enter samadhi. This girl can never enter samadhi, okay? It's my humble opinion. It's impossible. She's a spy. Spies cannot enter samadhis. Okay, now, she's not even spy number one. Spy number one is pretty good. Spy number two has no samadhi. It's my humble opinion. Okay, when you hit the woodfish, okay, that woodfish there is designed, by the way, that woodfish there designed to help you enter samadhi, to help you concentrate. And spy number two tends to be scattered. She has a lot of thoughts, okay? She worries. Can you tell from looking at her? She has a lot of worries, okay? So hitting the woodfish helps her concentrate on the hitting, and she does pretty good. She's very steady. So the physical part of hitting the woodfish actually puts your mind in a state of concentration to keep it steady. Okay? So it's a very clever thing. When you hit the woodfish, it requires you to concentrate in order to keep the pace, keep the rhythm, keep the beat. So that's why right there is a conducive, very conducive to you concentration, you're entering samadhi. That's correct. Okay? And on the other hand, this is why in Chinese temples, the second person in the assembly, okay, very important, besides the chanter, the Weino, is a woodfish, okay? The yue zhong, meaning that hitting the woodfish would make the assembly happy. And that's the secret I just found out today, okay? Discovered. Yue zhong meaning yue is joy. Zhong is that you give joy to the assembly. Isn't it cool? The Chinese are so clever. They have all these secret messages that we just discovered. Okay, the woodfish is Weino. The main singer is Weino. I don't know what it means yet. But today I just realized Yue Zhong is by that name is that you giving joy to the assembly. What kind of joy? Yue there is the bliss. You hit the woodfish and people sitting there, listening to it, following the beat, will enter samadhi themselves. Isn't that cool? The Chinese are so profound. They have secret things that, just like my master, I discovered. And my master, I wondered, for example, by the way, this is a digression. For many years, I wondered, why is it my master never taught his disciples the certain teaching? It baffled me. For example, we've been discussing the 6th Patriarch Sutra, and 6th Patriarch Sutra is totally certain teaching. And why he never really teach them or explain that sutra from that perspective? It's interesting. Did Master Yong Hua overlook something? It's because the people who listen there cannot understand it. He would not waste time. You have to understand, if you come to those assemblies, the teacher will have to look at you and talk accordingly to your level. You understand? Okay? So anyway, how did I get into that? Never mind. I digress a lot. I confused. Yeah. So this Yue Zhong here, that name right there tells you that this woodfish person is supposed to keep the beat in order to give bliss to the assembly. It's the first time I explained to you. I don't think the Chinese know that anymore. Okay? So that's why it's called Yue Zhong, because your job is to make the assembly happy by keeping the beat. And therefore, this person is very important in our ceremonies, boys and girls, because this person's samadhi must be pretty strong in order to give it to all the one in the assembly, meaning they have to be higher. You understand now? That's why those two positions behind me, this woodfish right there, is pretty important. And you need to have samadhi before, you're allowed to hit the big woodfish. Not just anyone can hit it. Because if you are not in a state of concentration, you will cause problems for the assembly. Anyway, it's a Chinese thing. And now we made it American, because the Chinese don't get it anymore. We explain it to you. Okay, now it's up to the Chinese monks and nuns to chastise me and say, you, little Vietnamese guy, what do you know? Stop talking about our Chinese proud heritage. Okay, so that's point number one. Very good. So this lady here enjoys hitting the woodfish because it helps her concentrate. When she concentrates, she feels better. Okay, number one. Number two, what about this Diamond Sutra? Okay, clearly she's been reading the wrong translations. Can we agree on that? The real Buddhists would not call it diamond. Okay? Because it's not diamond. Good Lord. Vajra is not diamond, hey lady. Okay? The Buddhists, the true Buddhists, would not dare call this diamond, because diamond is destructible. Diamond, you can crush it. You can grind it down and turn it into a beautiful, beautiful engagement ring. Okay? But Vajra, you cannot grind Vajra. You cannot destroy Vajra. Okay? So that's why you can tell very quickly whether a translator is a good one or not. Any translator who uses the word diamond for Jingang, okay, does not understand Buddhism at all. Okay? Toss that translation out. Throw it out. Don't even read that. Good Lord. Okay? Don't even stop reading that sutra. However, even with the diluted translation, she enjoys it because Vajra Sutra is very powerful. Not just her, but many externalists like her, okay, really like to read the Vajra Sutra. In fact, you Chinese people, if you have an edge over us, okay? Whatever we have right now in the U.S. is translated into English, into Vietnamese and all those things, and to French and so forth. But you Chinese people can read it in the original text, okay? Translated by the sages. The Chinese translation from Sanskrit, okay, was done by the enlightened Buddhist monks. So you read it in Chinese, which I encourage you to read, to do that when you meditate, or you're tired of meditating, you sit there for 5 hours, God, 5 hours, I'm going crazy, what am I going to do now? So to go for your 6 hour, you read the Vajra Sutra. That's meditation too. And what you do then, okay? See, our chant is not confined to Om. Okay, our meditation is all over. Okay, has many Dharma doors. Okay, so you can read the Vajra Sutra. I really encourage you to do that when you read it. And in fact, you can also memorize some verses, especially the Catholic person. Ooh, yeah. Memorize those verses. What are the verses? Some beautiful verses. Okay, I don't remember any of them. Yes, number one, memorize some of the verses.
Master, there were 2 verses.
2 verses.
One
okay.
is-
The true Buddhist, I may tell you, would memorize this.
No, because I read it.
When you memorize these verses, you have incredible blessing. That's why number one memorizes it, because he's cheap. He's always looking to create more blessings for himself. Go ahead, number one.
There's one verse saying, if one sees me in form, if one seeks me in sounds, he practices a deviant way and cannot see the Tathagata.
Very good. I remember that too, sort of. Let me repeat. Okay, he has a Vietnamese accent. Okay. If you seek me in form, yes. If you see me in form, if you seek me in sounds, then what?
He practices the deviant way.
He who seeks me in form, he who seeks me in sound, he practices the deviant way and
Cannot see the
Tathagata. Okay? Even if you memorize that in English, okay? That's all you have to do. Memorize that. And when you meditate, recite, Om, if he seeks me in form, if he seeks me in sound, and so forth. Okay? You do that? Okay? That generates tremendous blessings. Okay? Why is it important? One of the first things when you meditate is that when you're able to sit and cross your legs, you generate a lot of blessings. So you add on top of that, reciting this verse here, even more blessings on top of your meditation. Okay? So it's very, very useful. Okay? And not only that, blessings, but we also open up your Asian wisdom. Okay? To do that in your own language, in Korean, in Vietnamese, in Chinese, in Tibetan, whatever. Do that, you increase your wisdom. Okay? And you, even if you recite it like that, you can become enlightened, actually. Okay? Okay, number 2 verse.
I don't remember.
He forgot number 2 already.
It's basically all Dharma are like illusion, bubbles, shadows,
Yeah.
like dream something.
No, it cannot be
them
basically. You have to recite it word by word. Okay. I prefer, by the way, to recite in Chinese because I don't like the English translation. Chinese is much more powerful to me than the English translation, unfortunately. But that's all we have. Okay. I prefer to do it in Chinese. Okay, there. For those of you who like the Vajra Sutra, you should go to that sutra and memorize. They have something like 4 verses. They're very, very powerful. Okay, so for example, if you're in pain, okay, your legs are hurting or you are, confused, recite the verses. It will help clear your head. Okay, so it's a tool you can use that not during your meditation, but for example, while walking, you can recite it as well. Okay? All right? Any thing? So we commented on her hitting the woodfish, hitting the Vajra, reciting the Vajra Sutra. So those are very, very good. I strongly encourage you to read and recite, and memorize the sutras. In particular, the one thing there, if she's those of you who are interested, you should recite the Xin Jing, okay, the Heart Sutra. Okay, especially you Caucasians, English-speaking people, recite the English version. Okay, I think we explained the Heart Sutra, right, in English years ago, okay? And then that version should be made available for them to recite and memorize and recite. It's pretty short. And I highly recommend the Xin Jing, the Heart Sutra, as a recitation, okay? But if those of you who can recite it in Chinese or in Korean or Vietnamese, where they usually are one-to-one translation, right? Okay, so I would recommend you recite that as well. Okay, okay. So either the Vajra Sutra, I prefer to recite the entire sutra. Okay, so I would recite those things. And number 3, for your another recommendation that came from my late Chinese teacher. Recite universal worthy 10 the 10 conducts that we have in the morning ceremony. Okay, that part. Yi zhe li ji ju fo. So you recite. You don't have to recite the way I do. It's too adorned for you. Okay, it's for professionals. But you recite it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 10. That's, my master says, that's incredible blessings. So today I'm teaching you 3 things for your use. Okay? Verses from the Vajra Sutra. Okay, those verses I highly recommend them. Something about seeking me in form and sound, I recommend that. I also recommend that they mention about bubbles, lightning flash, and so forth. That's the second verse. Those two verses are very, very popular. I would highly recommend you memorize them and recite them, okay? Number 2, recite the Heart Sutra. It's extremely beneficial, okay? And number 3, recite, when you get bored, recite the 10 conduct universal worthy. That's the basis of our Bodhisattva practice, okay? Okay, and the mere fact that you recite those 10 conducts, okay, and the ghosts and spirits in your house, listen to it, okay, they can become enlightened themselves when they cease harassing you. How's that? Okay, as an encouragement for you. Okay, does it help? Okay, those are real benefits that these are. I know I'm say a lot of things in a casual way, but these are pretty powerful things you can use during your meditation. That would be tremendously beneficial for you and for your house and for your office and so forth. Okay. Any questions or comments? No more? Okay, then we stop here today. Thank you all. Okay. See you next time.